Voiceover script: my brother said I couldn't even fund a lemonade stand. Then he lost his biggest investor. The conference room was filled with wealthy investors. Everyone's attention was on my older brother Marcus. He stood confidently in an expensive suit, delivering the biggest investment presentation of his career. My parents sat in the front row, smiling proudly. To them, Marcus was the family's golden child. And me? I was just Emily, the quiet younger sister who worked with computers. Then Marcus looked directly at me. A smirk spread across his face. "Ladies and gentlemen," he said, "my sister once talked about investing." A few people smiled politely. Marcus laughed. She couldn't even fund a lemonade stand. The room erupted in laughter. My father smiled. My mother looked away. No one defended me. I quietly checked my watch. 2:47 p.m., exactly on time. I picked up my phone, opened one secure application, tapped a few buttons, and pressed confirm withdrawal. I didn't say another word. Less than 1 minute later, the side door opened. A man in a gray suit walked inside carrying a tablet. He walked straight toward Marcus. "Mr. Chin," he said calmly, "your anonymous $150 million investment partner has officially withdrawn all funding." Silence. Absolute silence. Marcus stared at him. "What?" The man continued. "Per clause 7.2 of your agreement, all committed capital will be returned within 30 days. Marcus's phone immediately started ringing, one call after another. His smile disappeared. For the first time in years, he looked scared. Because Marcus had no idea, the anonymous investor he had depended on for 2 years was sitting quietly in the last row. Nobody in my family knew who I really was. Growing up, Marcus received every opportunity. When he was 12, Dad handed him a credit card and told him to plan the family vacation. E-vacation. Calling it business training. When I asked if I could help, Dad simply smiled. "This is too complicated for you." Years later, I started a small online jewelry business from my bedroom. Within 6 months, I earned $3,000. I proudly showed Dad my spreadsheet. He barely looked at it. Instead, he turned to Marcus and talked about an internship paying $85,000 a year. At every family dinner, Marcus was praised as the future business genius, and I was treated like the creative little sister making earrings. They never asked what happened after that, because they assumed nothing happened. But while they ignored me, my small business quietly evolved. By 20, I wasn't selling jewelry anymore. I was helping online companies increase profits and improve operations. By 23, I'd saved $180,000. Then everything changed. I met a cybersecurity founder named Julian. He needed someone to build the business behind his technology. I became his silent partner. No publicity, no interviews, no social media, just work. Years later, our company sold for $340 million. My share? Almost $150 million. I invested nearly all of it into my own private investment fund. Quietly, no headlines, no attention, no family announcements. Meanwhile, Marcus launched his own venture capital company. He needed one major investor. So, without revealing my identity, I invested $150 million through an anonymous company. For 2 years, I watched. At first, he made careful decisions. Then success went to his head. He ignored expert advice, rejected profitable opportunities, started making reckless investments. But none of that made me leave. What finally ended everything was today. Standing in front of investors, humiliating his own sister, just to make himself look smarter. And that was the moment I withdrew every dollar. The conference room remained frozen. Marcus whispered, "Who is this investor?" The investment director looked toward me. "I'm not authorized to reveal that unless she gives permission." Everyone slowly turned around. Toward me. And that's when the truth finally came out. Voiceover script part 2. The room went silent when they learned I was the $150 million investor. The room was completely silent. Marcus looked from the investment director to me. His face had turned pale. "What, did he just call you?" The man adjusted his tablet. "I'm Miss Emily Chen's investment director." For a few seconds, no one spoke. Dad frowned. "Emily? What is he talking about?" The investment director turned the screen toward everyone. Summit Ridge Capital Management, the anonymous $150 million limited partner, is fully owned by Clearview Capital Partners. He paused. "And Clearview Capital Partners belongs to..." He looked at me, Miss Emily Chen. A glass slipped from someone's hand. Ashley whispered, "That's impossible. You work in it." I smiled calmly. "I never said I worked in it," I said. "I was a consultant." Dad stared at me in disbelief.